Hello everyone, welcome back to my wine diary. Today we are doing something a little bit different. I'm shooting a wine Q&A for you. I normally do those on my Instagram page, but this time around I figured why not to ask that same question, ask me anything about wine on my Instagram, collect all of the questions and answer them here in front of you. So this is what I'm going to be doing. I have my questions prepped here in front of me. I've seen them all, but I haven't actually prepped any answers, so I'll be doing that live in front of you, and I hope you enjoy this. And if you do, at the end of this video, please make sure to give it a like, and then I'll start making more of these very casual Q&A type of videos for you. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. My Instagram page is not huge when it comes to subscribers. I think I have a little over 3,000 subscribers on there, and I'm actually pretty active on my Instagram page, and I share a lot of my life outside of wine, if that makes sense. So I kind of share everything, some of my family moments, my vacations, some fun times. So if you want to learn some more about me or what I do in my free time or in the time when I don't drink wine, please go ahead and follow my Instagram page as well. But because of the amount of subscribers not being super huge, the amount of questions that I normally get is also not very big. So this time around, I think I got around, I want to say 13 or maybe 14, something like that. I'm not going to keep count. So I'm just going to go straight through them. I also got a couple of messages just saying that your page is great, your YouTube channel is great. So I know a good couple of you guys that follow me here also follow me on my Instagram. So thank you very much for all of your nice messages. I always read all of the messages and I always try to respond as well. So anytime I get something from you telling me how my channel inspired you to learn more about wine, how you decided to go for the WSET course or become a sommelier, something like that, I mean, it really, really makes my day. You can't even imagine. It really does. So please, if you do follow me on Instagram, send me a message and say hi and tell me that you came here first and then you decided to follow me there as well. All right, I'm going to jump into the first question, literally reading them in the order that I received them. So the first one here says, how often do you drink wine? No judgment. Not as often as I used to. I used to drink wine pretty much every single day. So I would have a glass, maybe 2 glasses, pretty much every single day with my dinner or just reading a book in the evening. Not anymore. So I've recently become a mom, as most of you probably already know. So I now have an infant and life is just a little bit different. So I am more of a weekend drinker now. And again, this is very minimal, not like it used to be at all. So I enjoy a couple of glasses of wine here and there, but I would say if we look at the week, like just any given week, I probably have some wine, I would say 3 times a week. I think that'd be pretty accurate. This next question here has to do with me having a baby recently. It says, hard not to drink wine for 9 months when you were pregnant. So they were asking me if that was hard for me not to drink any wine. It was, you know, people ask this question quite a lot, surprisingly so. I think once you become pregnant, you realize that it's no longer just you and it's not longer just your body that you're affecting. So priorities really shift. And knowing that you are growing a human being inside of you, the desires and the regret about not doing certain things really diminishes. So I would say that yes, it was a little bit hard, not in the sense that I was really craving it, but in the sense of when I felt great, which was most of my pregnancy time actually, I felt normal. I felt very, very normal. So going out, everything felt normal, as if I wasn't pregnant, but I couldn't have any wine. So that was a little bit hard, I would say, but honestly, again, your priorities shift so much growing a baby inside of you that you just kind of don't think about things like that much. Next question is, I'm overwhelmed by the wine selection in stores, don't even know what to buy. This is a very common one, and I felt that way too. The wine selection in most stores nowadays is very, very vast. And if you don't know what you're looking for, it can be very overwhelming and frustrating at times because you quite literally don't even know where to start. So I think that asking for help from the associates should be a thing that no one is ashamed of doing. That is what those associates are there for, specifically. So if you go into wine specializing stores like ABC Liquor, Total Wines, and more. So those stores specifically, they're looking to help you. So by answering just a couple of questions to those associates, for instance, what kind of wine are you looking for? Is that for a special occasion? They will probably start with something as simple as, would you like a red or a white? Would you like a sparkling wine? What kind of wine are you looking for? So the more you explain to them what you're looking for, the more they will be able to help you. Mentioning the price range, some palate aspects, so perhaps mentioning I like sweeter wine versus drier wine, or vice versa. I would like to pair it with a fish dinner that I'm cooking on Thursday. All of that will really help the associate help you. And I strongly encourage for you to try and ask questions from the associates, because a lot of times they will be able to help you. And if you by accident ask someone who is not able to help you in a regular store, for instance, they will find somebody who will. But I also want to shoot a separate video on just how not to feel overwhelmed in a store choosing a bottle of wine, things to look for, and just kind of like a quick guide on how to pick your bottle of wine if you know nothing about wine in general. So let me shoot that for you in the near future. But in the meantime, please ask for some help. It's totally all right. And in restaurants, please do the same thing from the bartenders and waiters. The next question is favorite red wine. A hard one, a very, very, very hard one. So if we talk about wine styles in this question, I would say that full-bodied red wines are my favorite. Malbecs, Cabernets, Syrahs, those are the ones that I probably reach for the most. Again, without any specifications on this question, it's a little bit hard for me to answer it, but if that's what you were asking, then that's the answer. So full-bodied red wines, Malbecs, Cabs, and Syrahs. But if you were asking for a more specific, like one specific bottle of wine that's a favorite red wine bottle, I honestly don't have that. I just have so many. It's incredibly difficult, if not impossible, for me to point out just one specific bottle of red wine that's my favorite. Do wineries pay you to promote their wine? Yes, but it depends. So quite a few of you who've been here for a while know that I do a lot of collaboration videos here on my YouTube channel, and then I also do some collaboration posts and promoted posts, partnership with. You will see that tag up top on my Instagram channel. So it really all depends. The partnership itself is determined at the moment. So if a winery reaches out to me, or a specific wine brand reaches out to me, we usually discuss what is it that they would like to receive from me and what is it that they would like to offer me in return. So of course I have my own preferences, and sometimes those are a payment from a winery for the services that I provide, whether it's a video or an Instagram post and stories, or sometimes it's just the product exchange. And I call that a product exchange, but honestly, that's them sending me some wine or some promo items, and then me in return giving them the product of my labor, being posts and videos. So it really all depends. I've worked with many wineries in the past, with many winemakers, and some of them sent me wine, some of them paid me, and it just kind of all depends. But I do strongly encourage you that you start thinking of posts and videos as labor, because they do take time, and this is my side job. So for that reason, I think we need to value the time and effort that goes into it, and it's totally all right to ask for a payment from the company that wants to work with you if you're not interested in receiving goods from them in a form of a payment if that makes sense. So hopefully that answered it. If there was no wine, what would you drink? I'm assuming that this question was about alcoholic beverages, meaning what other alcoholic beverages would you drink if there was no wine? First of all, what a sad world would that be if there was no wine? I don't want to imagine that. I hope that never happens. I hope wine will always exist. I'm pretty sure that's the case. But when it comes to alcohol, I do have a couple of cocktails that I enjoy. I don't drink them very often. I mean, I just don't drink very often nowadays anyways with the baby. But I would say that my liquor of choice was always gin. I really, really like gin, just for their aromas and the flavors and how clean they are. They're clear liquors for me is the way to go, to be honest. So I would say I'll just name a couple of cocktails that I enjoy. So my go-to is a gin and club soda with double lemons. I like that one quite a lot. I do like a good cosmopolitan. Yeah, not a Moscow Mule perhaps. I don't know. That's about it as far as cocktails go. But I honestly am totally fine. Like if wine didn't exist, you know, I'd be okay just having non-alcoholic beverages too. I love my coffees. I love tea. I don't do soda, but I love a good freshly squeezed grapefruit juice. So there's a ton of options, honestly. So if wine didn't exist, I would be a sad person, but with many options out there to quote unquote replace wine, although nothing would ever replace it. Are you a sommelier? No, I am not a sommelier, and I think sometimes people forget this. I've mentioned this in my videos before. It's on my Instagram page. It's right there in the description. I am the WSET level 2 holder, so I'm a wine educator, wine entertainer. However you want to call me, I'm not a sommelier. So those are two different schools, the CMS, Court of Master Sommeliers, and the WSET. So I actually have a perfect video differentiating the two, explaining the differences between the two schools, and why is it that you can't call yourself a sommelier unless you have a degree from the Court of Master Sommeliers. So please check that video out. I am not a sommelier, but I do hold a level 2 WSET designation. Why wine YouTube channel and not something else? I don't know. I started a channel because I wanted to talk about something that I enjoy, and also because I wanted to learn something new, prepping new videos for all of you. So with that, I've created something very interesting and long-term for myself, which I never thought would turn out this way. But here we are. So the channel is growing, and I absolutely love that this is my niche. And I will continue to keep this channel wine related only. If I ever want to create any other channel, it will be a separate channel for some other types of videos. But I am sharing my passion with you, and I'm learning something new with every single video that I post. So wine is a big part of my life because I just enjoy it so much. And why not to enjoy it together here on YouTube? Have you tried Greek wine? You should visit Greece. Love your videos. Thank you very much. I should absolutely visit Greece. 100%. It's on my bucket list. This is not the first time when I'm being asked whether I tried Greek wines. I have not, and I am very ashamed that I haven't. So I think I actually have tried Greek wines without perhaps like paying close attention to the fact that it was Greek wine. So going into a few Greek restaurants, eating some Greek food, I am certain that I've ordered some of the Greek wine from those restaurants with my food, but I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't have my journal with me. I wasn't really going through all of the details about a specific wine that I was drinking in that Greek restaurant. So no, I will say no, I have not, and I definitely need to do it. I need to dive into it, learn more about Greek wines. It's a beautiful country, beautiful people, beautiful food, and I'm sure their wine is absolutely delicious too. So look out. A new video is coming your way sometime soon. I need to go outsource my Greek wines and then film a video talking about it. What does your husband think about your wine hobby? Does he support it? So if you talk about me drinking wine as being my wine hobby. He doesn't mind it, of course. You know, sometimes he enjoys that wine with me. But if you're talking about the YouTube channel, my wine YouTube channel, and what does my husband think about my YouTube channel, he is incredibly supportive. So much so that back in the day, he actually pushed me to get my WSET level 1 and then WSET level 2, just because he wanted for this channel to grow. He wanted for my passion to turn into something bigger. So he's incredibly supportive, and every time I get to film a video, he always watches all of my videos. He gives me some feedback and some constructive criticism sometimes if there is anything that needs it. And I just love his support with this whole endeavor, to be honest with you. It's very refreshing, and I'm married to my best friend and my soulmate, so I can't imagine it being any other way. So he's very supportive of everything that I do, and my wine YouTube channel too. Biggest regret when filming a specific video. This one confused me a little bit. I wasn't quite sure what the person meant, and I figured I'm not going to go and ask specifications on a question, but the more I thought about it, there was one thing that came to mind, and it kind of made me giggle, and that is a regret of mentioning something in one of my videos. So this YouTube channel is a couple of years old, and when I started, I was so rusty with my editing, with my just filming in general, with how I spoke in front of the camera. Everything felt just a little awkward. And the one video I'm talking about just so happened to be my most viewed video right now. It's the 5 red wines you must know about. Go find it. I challenge you to go find that video. So in that video, that was shot, it was shot so long ago. It was one of my very first videos that I've ever posted on this YouTube channel. But in that video, when I was talking about, I want to say either Cabernet or Malbec, as like one of the wines that you must know about, I've mentioned at the very end that a little tip, or not a tip, I don't think I even said that it was a tip. All I said was, sometimes on a hot day, I personally like to add an ice cube into my glass of wine. Oh my gosh, I regret that comment so much, because I've received so much criticism and negativity on that one little ice cube comment that I made in that video. Lord, people bashed me. They unsubscribed. I mean, there was just so much hatred on that specific video in the comments, and then it just blew my mind. I couldn't believe how seriously people took that whole ice cube comment. I get it. It is not a recommended thing to do. This is not how you're supposed to be drinking. Supposed to be, again, right? Supposed to be. All of these rules. We're just talking about some rules here, right, that are commonly accepted in the wine community. Yes, a recommended serving temperature of a full-bodied red wine is room temperature. I get it. I also understand that an ice cube would water down our wine. I totally get it, but I made that comment just on a whim, you know, thinking about a hot summer day, which we have a ton here in Florida. So I made that comment, and I regret it now, just for the amount of emotions that it provoked in people. I don't understand why everyone got so emotional reacting to that ice cube comment. But if there is anything, it's probably that one little piece of that great video that is now viral, pretty much my most viewed video here on Instagram. So yeah, it's the ice cube comment. Last question. I can't make this up, you guys, just so lined up to be. Do you receive mean messages from YouTube comments? I mean, yes, I do. I wouldn't say a ton, to be honest with you. My viewers are really, really supportive and loving for the most part, and I thank you all for that. People are usually very gentle with their comments, and even if I mispronounce a certain wine name, they're usually very respectful about it in the comments section, and they just let me know. I had one great example filming the 5 Italian wines that you must know about just recently, and there was a person who just so happened to be Italian who liked my video, but said that, by the way, Puglia is pronounced Puglia, so G is silent. And so comments like that are vital, because as a human being, yes, there are some things that I will miss, and some things that I just won't know about just yet in where I am in my life with this wine journey, right? So it's totally fine. But yeah, some people definitely take things very seriously. They forget that the whole description of my YouTube channel is, this is for fun only. I am just having fun. I'm having a great time. I am not calling myself an expert. So yeah, if I make a mistake, be forgiving. It's okay. This is just for fun. I do get mean comments. I can't say that they affect me. I don't delete them, by the way. I just don't. So they're just sitting there. So if you want to go check those out, go for it. But I definitely do, especially the Ice Cube comments. Oof, yeah, those I had a lot. But no, for the most part, good ones, supportive ones, very loving ones. Cheering up for me is how I feel my subscribers treat me in the comments. But yeah, every once in a while I do get a mean comment. She doesn't know what she's talking about. That's how I imagine those people talk when they type those mean comments to me. So yeah, here you go, guys. Those are all of the questions that I received from my little Q&A on Instagram. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram. The description is down below. I'll also put it right here for you. And subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. I film videos about wine pretty frequently, and I would love to have you back. With this said, glad to have you here. Till the next time, cheers, everyone.